Hello everyone, this is Fosun. Today, I will share this kind of fabric and the effect of pleated aggregation. It rises up, and some rotation like silk. This kind of stretch. Let's take a look at the process. There is a fabric label, a bend, and then here is a stretch. And here is an attraction. And at a field of attraction, we use a radius field. Okay, let's copy it. The product model. Okay, create a new plane. Return to standard. Zoom in a little bit. Let's set the subdivision to about 150. Mode scene. And here, turn off the gravity of the scene here. Be sure to pay attention to this. Okay, right-click to add. I added it wrong. Here is a cloth label. Here, I added two collision body labels. Just click this one. Don't worry about it, you've added it before. Okay. Add an attraction here in the simulation. Pull it up to make it at the top of the cosmetics box. Change the strength here to be stronger. Let's apply it first. Now there is a little stretching effect. Back to the fabric. You can reduce its thickness a little bit. Then increase the bending value to give it more of a wrinkled feel. We can also add some stretching. Wow, make the timeline longer. Okay, now we have an animation of stretching and wrapping. Then we need to make a rotate. Add a force field here in the simulation. Okay, then select the radius field here. Drag it into the field box. Okay, leave these areas alone for now, then add it to the speed here. The overall intensity can be higher. Play it. Now there is some rotation effect. You can make it bigger. Make it a little bigger here. Play it. Then lower the intensity of the rotation. Okay. Now there is this pulling effect. You can increase the plane subdivision a little more. Then, don't stretch it so much. And reduce the bending. Okay. Now, we have this effect of folds and undulations. You can adjust the gravity here to control the degree of wrapping. We can see that after increasing the gravity, the wrapping effect will be more obvious. Change it to geometric visibility. Then next a layer of subdivision surface, which is similar to silk fabric. A swelling sensation. This is the animation part. Okay, let's go back and look at the rendering. Turn off the light first. Let's look at the material first. The material here is a bottle cap, which is a kind of brownish yellow with a grayish yellow tinge, and slightly rough. A slightly rough plastic material. Okay. Next, the bottle is a relatively smooth glass. The refraction here is all turned on. This is the inside. Here, the inside is made into a gradient. You can see that, which connects the interface to the side surface. The color, here. You can find it. The color, here, because it has been connected. Here, I chose a light blue to a slightly darker blue transition, because this side is a relatively bright part, so it simulates the scattering effect of the side surface. This effect, it's bright. The more illuminated areas appear more transparent. Next is the background. Here is a metal material, which is also unnecessary. Let's take a look at those areas just now. The metal weight here is set to 1. Recreate it. Standard material. And set its basic degree to 1. Select a brighter material. Okay, give it some roughness. Here is a noise texture, which is a dot pattern. Here, I selected this pattern, and then connect it to a bump node. Then here we choose height. Then connect it to the bump node of the material bowl. Select buff. This is what we just created. It has a slightly frosted feel. We can increase the friction to make it more like a frosted velvet. Okay, this is a background material. You can see, there is basically no difference between these two. Delete the newly created one. Next, we will focus on the main lighting. First, turn off the environment bowl. Okay, these two can be seen in the project. It includes the middle of the cosmetic bottle. You can see, one of them is to light up the side a little bit. You can see this is a main light in his left front to make this area look brighter. Plus, there is a reflective highlight strip. Secondly, it is to make, because this area will be darker. So we add a little bright edge light to make it look more transparent. There are some highlights on the edges. Okay, this is the light we hit from the side. Is to illuminate the whole fabric's pleated texture. You can adjust the direction. For example, we need the main light to be on the left, in the front left, so we put it here. If your main light is in a different direction, you can adjust it to a different place. Okay, this is the lighting for a scene. Secondly, it's about making the background board. Here, you chose a sphere, and create a new sphere, and then scaled it up very large. You can see that when you push it forward. 一相信. Okay, let's go back to the render view. Here, I also pulled a gradient for it, and then connected it to a luminous material. This is the interface of the self-luminous material, and connected it to a glowing material. Here, because it is metallic, which is mainly achieved through the reflection of the environment to achieve this color. So here I have selected a dark area with some deep grooves. Of course, you can also change it to other tones. A little brighter gold. Or some silver gray. Here, we also use different gradients. You can see the mapping method of the gradient, and then let the fabric itself to reflect different results. Undo. Okay, let's go back to the blue color at the beginning. Okay, this is the material of this metal fabric. Okay, that's all for today. Then, to summarize, one is by illuminating the edges of some of these folds with light. And the other is, and through this sphere, to reflect the overall environment. Okay, the animation is to use gravity to attract. To place it above the bottle, to attract and stack towards the bottle. Another one is to use the radius field to create a rotating effect. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.